Good morning. Obviously, we're definitely excited to be here. It's a great opportunity. It's always great to be playing football in December in the state of Florida. Obviously, I'm excited for our players to have an opportunity to play their last game in this beautiful state. Obviously, we got goals, we got aspirations to finish this season off strong, just like our opponent. Speaking of our opponent, I knew once we saw Illinois and it was coached by Brett Bielema. I've coached with a lot of coaches that's coached underneath him, so I really wasn't surprised when I watched the tape the entire season over the past couple of weeks what kind of football team that we're facing. Very well coached, good players. They're really solid at all positions, definitely on offense and not really a weak spot at all. Definitely excited for this opportunity. Can't wait. Any questions?
All right, raise your hand if you have a question. We'll start here in the front row on the right.
How's it going, Boogie? Vershawn just mentioned he was in that team meeting after the Alabama game where you guys talked with Shane. Just what do you recall from that meeting about how you guys went into it?
Yeah, just really setting a standard for ourselves. I think the whole year we all kind of knew what we could be, and that was just kind of one of those moments where if we wanted to accomplish what we wanted to accomplish, we had to win out. We had to do what we had to do, and we all knew it was possible, and we all knew we should do that, and so that's all that was.
All right, we're going to take one on the left here and then another one fourth row on the left.
Clayton, I imagine getting to the bowl game is nice because you can just focus on the bowl game. But the last couple weeks, what was the process like of balancing preparing for a bowl game but also having to deal with, the transfer portal and all that?
Yes, obviously over the years, NCAA is trying their best to make it compatible for the coaches. They've obviously moved the signing day up. That was a big plus. We didn't have to worry about, trying to sign guys as well. So it was actually a little bit better in the past. But, you definitely want to try to, get the best of both worlds. You got to be very organized in your time, and Coach Beamer sets a lot of time for us to make sure we're doing both. Trying to make sure we obviously get ready for Illinois, keeping our players intact, making sure they're feeling the love from us as well in all types of ways. And then obviously just, you just got to do a great job of dividing up with your staff and make sure you're sharp on just being organized on both.
All right, we'll take another one on the left, fourth row.
Boogie, since I asked Vershawn about you, what can you share about your battles with him over the years?
Yeah, really just what he said, iron sharpens iron, and it's cool to just see, your teammate, but also one of your best friends just grow as a player and a man. Just so it's been real cool. That's my brother, I'm going to miss it, but it's crazy to think about because probably, what did you say, like over 100,000 times, like crazy number. I've seen it all, so it's crazy.
Especially if you count like pods and one-on-ones and team reps.
Yeah.
It's easy 100,000 reps for sure. Over 5 years.
All right, we'll go to the blue shirt on the aisle in the fourth row.
Coach, last week nearly every defensive player that was talking said that Fred Johnson's someone who next year they think is going to step up in a huge way in this team, in this defense. What do you see out of him that makes him capable as a player?
I think it's an honor whenever your older teammates kind of appoint you as someone who has an opportunity to take the next step. And the reason is because of how he carries himself every day. We feel like most of our guys that we bring here are athletic enough and smart enough to play at this level, but if you can be a true freshman and consistently do it throughout the 4 or 5 months that he's been here, I think that's the most impressive part that we see in Fred, JR, whatever you want to call him. But I think it comes from his parents. I really do. I think his parents are military background, both of them, and I do believe that has paid off for him in a tremendous way, and it's going to pay off for him in the future. But obviously, athletically, he's probably one of our top athletes on the football team when it comes to just athleticism, God-given ability. He's one of the top 5 by far, I think. I know for sure. But I do believe that his parents' background, his military background has paid a huge dividend on his discipline and his consistency.
All right, we'll take another one in the same row.
Coach, when you're watching Luke Altmaier on film, what are some things that stand out about him and the challenges that he'll present?
Yes, sometimes it's good to watch. When you're in the regular season, you don't get a chance to watch the entire season on that Sunday, so you watch it throughout the week, and then by Thursday you realize how good a player is. But I've had a chance. Obviously, it's been 2 weeks since we realized we were playing Illinois. He's a really good quarterback. I think his mobility to move around the pocket is big time. I think once he gets outside the pocket, he's a threat. He makes smart decisions. He's had under 10 interceptions this year, so he's taking care of the football. But he's a good player. I mean, he can play in any conference any team in America. But he's definitely one of those quarterbacks that I didn't really know about until we played him, but I definitely know who he is now for sure.
We'll take one down here in the front row.
Boogie, you talked about it a little bit before Senior Day, but has it hit you at all that this is the final game in 5 years? And kind of, is there a moment you think it might hit you on game day, Gamecock walk, whatever, where it's like, oh, this is kind of it for me?
I think after the locker room, after the game, I'm trying my best not to really think about it, just trying to be where I'm at, enjoy this time, and so and just get ready for the game. That's kind of what's most important. Not kind of, but that is what is most important. So that's where my head is at, and I know after the game, I'm sure I'll be feeling it.
We're gonna go to the far right, blue shirt.
Boogie, as you think about the memory over the years, you're from Blythewood, played your high school ball at Hammond. What's the pride that you take in winning and playing at a high level for Columbia?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things really where it is personal. Just being able to represent from the place you grew up and the people you know very well. So it is very personal, and I'm just glad to be able to do it. I'm glad to be able to, make Columbia happy, have people to just represent, and so it's sad that it's coming to an end, but it's been an amazing time.
We're going to take one second row and then back in the sixth row on the left.
Clayton, after the year your defense had, it wasn't a surprise to see your name pop up in some head coaching things. But what did it mean to you to get an extension, get a raise, and everyone on the staff almost coming back and doing the same?
Yeah, I would definitely start by saying obviously proud of how our guys attacked this year from January 1st. We knew that we had an opportunity the way we ended last year in 2023. If we got the nucleus back and added a couple pieces and then some freshman pop, that we had a chance to be one of the best defenses. We knew that. We said that right after the Clemson game last year. But yes, it's very humble and very humbling, and I'm grateful for all that good old stuff that you guys, the contract extension. To me, being here at Gamecock is the most important thing. I think obviously what Shane has built here, I think we definitely want to continue keep it going. But it was very important for us to come back, get those guys back, and have a great year. But we're excited about it.
All right, we're going to go sixth row back near the aisle and then come up to the third row on the left.
Hey, Clayton, the passing combination of Altmaier to Bryant, how difficult is that from your standpoint? You're Coach Gray working on a plan for that passing combination.
Yes, I think Illinois, like I said, they had a receiver that's they have one guy that's opting for the pros. They have another guy who's the active leader right now in yards and touchdowns, I believe. In Z Frank, I think that those guys are they're really good, and then I think we got to do a great job of understanding the where they are located on the field, and they have a great running game as well. So I think the most important thing is that we got to play smart football. We got to practice well the next couple of days, play winning football, and do what we do, and make sure we being who we are, getting after the football, and trying to get some turnovers and play gang tackling and all those good old things.
I'll take one third row on the left here.
Alex, two for you. I'll give you the last word on the Vershawn thing. Who's won more battles between you and him over the years?
Oh, that's been me for sure.
Definitely.
Landslide.
Yeah, landslide. Nah, it's been a little mixed, but I'll take gotta give him some love, but I will take that little step up.
A little bit, yeah.
And 4 of Illinois' offensive linemen were named to some various all Big Ten team, first, second, honorable mention, what have you. Did y'all know that as a defensive line? Does that give y'all a little extra motivation, or how do you view that?
Yeah, no, just have respect for their whole team. Like Coach said, great coach team, great players, and so just have the same respect for each team we play. Just nameless, faceless opponents kind of thing. Have great respect for them, but we're just gonna go out there and execute our game plan, play hard.
All right, one last call for hands in the room. All right, we'll take one last one up front here.
Clayton, we don't know how it's going to go yet with, trying to get Bam Martin-Scott another year, but what have your conversations just been like with him since NCAA passed that rule that maybe he can come back next year with the JUCO exemption?
Well, obviously, when the rule first when the Pavia rule, let's just say the Pavia rule, right? And, the NCAA, when they write things like that, they make it very hard to understand the language unless you really, really can read and get a professional person to explain it to you. You know, obviously Bam's his case is different than Pavi's because he's a year older. So you got to fight for what you want, and obviously we're going to fight for it.
All right. With that, I think we're good on questions. We appreciate your time this morning, guys, and good luck next week.
Thank you. Have a good one.